Everybody, Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. This evening, I'm going to be talking about the one man who made a world of a difference in Philadelphia. He's more than an icon. For over 60 plus years, he was a master communicator, promoter, civil rights activist. And he was also the greatest that ever did it on the radio. He was known as the guy with the goods. I'm talking about Georgie Woods. He's the topic of conversation. You see in my hand here a book. I'm going to put it up here. There you go. Kind of my own little caption. The book is entitled Georgie Woods, I'm Only a Man. It was authored by James G. Spady. I put it in the short section of the videos. And Georgie Woods in Philadelphia, when you mention his name, we remember him as a great crusader, organizer, communicator. Was one of the, back then they called him disc jockeys. He was the greatest of his era. But he was more than the individual who sat behind the microphone of a radio. So I'm going to be reading some excerpts out of the book entitled Georgie Woods, I'm Only a Man. And if you have any fond memories of Georgie Woods and you'd like to participate in the conversation tonight, I think if you send me an invite at Tyrone Bowman Tonight, I'll be glad to beam you in and we can share memories here. And I'll tell you how I got started in radio and communications as a whole. But right now, I'm going to read something here. It's entitled Word. So what's the scenario? Georgie Woods, I'm Only a Man. The life story of a mass communicator, civil rights activist, and promoter is a life history of a major figure. It is the very first full volume devoted to a black disc jockey and the social and cultural world he inhabited. In that sense, it contributes to a growing body of knowledge on black communicators. What is the relationship between culture and society? How did Woods' presentation of African American expression, culture, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, and soul music impact the social order? Moreover, was there a relationship between Woods' status as a cultural icon and his leadership status in society? What did he do to erase the stigma attached to being a black disc jockey? Because during the time that Georgie Woods became a disc jockey, it was unheard of for a black man to have a position in radio. During that time, it was primarily just white men who had it. So, in James S. W. Carney's Communication as Culture Essays on Media and Society. So, I'm just going to quote a portion of this. I'm not going to read it all. Irwin Heyman, Ltd., London. It is stated, quote, communication is at once a structure of human activity, process, and practice, and ensemble of expressive forms and structures and structuring set of social relations, close quote. Georgie Woods, known as the guy with the goods. We all know him from WDAS. He worked for WDAS for a long time. That's when Bob Klein was the owner. He also worked for WHAT when he ventured and became a talk show host. You can often find Georgie Woods out in the community, helping people, encouraging people, especially at schools. I think we remember the Georgie Woods potato chips. We all ate them during that time, which was packaged by Snack Packs. So, Georgie Woods, the guy with the goods. So let me read something here from, it's an introduction. Do I want to read this entire introduction? Let me check it out before I do it. Well, anyway, you know what I'm going to do? You move this microphone. Get a copy of this book right here. Get a copy of this particular book. Georgie Woods, I'm Only a Man, authored by James G. Spady. I'm reading this book right now. It is the definitive story of the one and only Georgie Woods. How he got his start, where he came from. Why did he choose Philadelphia as the place to live, work, and reside? What propelled him to get involved in civil rights? And talking about remember the uptown up on Broad Street? Yeah, some of the greatest people of all time came through there. So for now, I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit. There it is. Look at the back of that. The Guy with the Goods, Georgie Woods. Get a copy. Don't forget to subscribe to Tyrone Bowman Tonight. Talk to you in the next live.